Art Laffer is with us now. All right, Art, what do you mean? We just heard there from Hillary Vaughan, and I'm sure you do not approve, but it looks and sounds like the government may, in fact, take a piece of a company that they're helping out. I'm pretty sure you would oppose that.
Well, long term, of course, I'd oppose it totally. But as a short-term venture to make a little bit extra for the taxpayers, for the extraordinary aid they've given, I'm perfectly willing to do that, as long as they get rid of it in due course. Now, I mean, I don't want the government owning, in a permanent sense, much of the capital stock of the U.S. and private enterprise. But as a short-term thing, I think it's perfectly fine and gives a little vig, if you will, to the loans, and hopefully they work.
Now, Art, President Trump wants some businesses, part of the economy, to be opened up again by Easter. And he's being accused of putting the economy before human life. How do you react to that?
I think that's just wrong. I think the president is the guy who has all the information, both on the economy, on the coronavirus, on all of these things together. And that's why we elected him, was to make a balanced judgment as to what that is. Now, the economy is extremely important, Stuart, as you know, and so is coronavirus defeat, extremely important. And you've got to balance these two out. And I think the president's doing a great job on trying to balance that out. You know, having poverty is not a good health policy. Let me just tell you that. You know, getting rid of the coronavirus is good health policy. So what you want to do is get prosperity and getting rid of the coronavirus. And how you balance that is the president's choice. And I support him 100% in what he's doing.
Right. We've got this $2.2 trillion package, and we've got about $4 trillion coming on board from the Federal Reserve. They've opened up the spigots. Is this going to save the American economy from a depression? Look, I expect a recession, but will this prevent a depression?
You know, let me just say that the $4 trillion coming from the Fed is not grant money like the bill is. They're not the same dollars. They really aren't. The $2 trillion is the one I look at, and then the spigot line on the Fed is just making credit available to the overall market. You know, I don't know if it's going to save us from a depression. I don't think there was a depression coming. We had a real problem with the coronavirus, and it was a short-term, big, heavy hit. If you look at what was going on before the coronavirus, we had a great economy. So once we defeat the coronavirus, I don't see any reason why that economy can't come back to being great. And I think this stimulus package will accelerate that return, and it's really good for the economy.
Wait a second, Art. Is it a V-shaped recovery then? We hit bottom and then, boom, off we go, roaring economy when we come back on the other side.
Well, you know, when we start coming back up to where we were in the previous highs, which I don't expect to happen for quite some time. But yeah, we're going to have a nice recovery, a nice solid recovery. You know, I don't know if it's going to be V-shaped or U-shaped or however. We're going to get a lot of bad news on the real economy, like the unemployment new claims today. That wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was even going to be more than that. We're going to see those real numbers coming in bad, but that doesn't mean that the prospects for the economy aren't really great. The stock market, remember, Stuart, tells us what will be, not what has been. And the stock market is telling us that this is going to be solved. It's going to be solved nicely, going to be solved soon, and we're looking forward to returning to prosperity.
Art Laffer, thank you very much indeed.